What's up, trucking family? We're back in the truckers lounge again. I'm your guy Priest, along with the instructor Gene. We
How you
want to
guys
touch
doing?
on some breaking news about Warren Buffett buying 100% ownership in Pilot. I know a few people have been talking about it online. So me and Eugene, we had did a little bit of history check. We came up with a build up of where this all started.
Right.
Looks like this shit. Well, I'm sorry for cussing, but I need to work on that. But it looked like he started this deal in 2017. Gene got some notes because the articles we ran across they so long we have to summarize them.
Right.
But we want to just give you a little bit of the build up to this point and just have a conversation about it, and hopefully you get a good takeaway from this.
Okay, yeah. So in 2017, Warren Buffett's company, what was it, Berkshire, they bought 38%.
Berkshire Hathaway or something like that.
Yeah, Berkshire
Yeah,
Hathaway. Yeah, they
right.
acquired 38.6%, as they said, stake in Pilot Flying J, and which they do one of the large. Well, they are the largest trucking company. Well, not trucking company, but truck stops
Truck, yeah,
in
travel state.
right in the country. And so this
Right.
was in 2017. They acquired 38% of that company, and see they showed what they had paid about $2 billion
Yeah,
for
yeah, it was a little bit over
yeah,
$2 billion that he had put down on that 38%.
right. And shucks, not very long after that, in January, they bought 41% in that company,
Mm.
41.4% in
Did they
Pilot.
buy 41% more, or did they go up to 41%
Well, they
shareholder?
41% more. So
Okay, so that put
the
them around by 80%,
eighty
so
percent,
somewhere near 80%.
right? And for that share,
Okay,
they
so
paid
that's how we
about.
came about the 20% today. The
Mhm,
news that we heard about him finalizing last 20%. Okay, I'm with you now.
right. And so with that, I think they paid a total of like $11 billion for those two separate transactions. It was a total of $11 billion.
Mm.
And Warren Buffett said then that they had planned to acquire the majority stake, or I guess 100% over 6 years.
Right.
You know, but I guess my when I was reading that and looking into that, what where did 6 years come from? They were was there a plan in place that after 6 years that they would be able to purchase the whole 100%?
He
you
wanted
know,
he wanted to be a 100% owner by 2023, but his plans got a little bit sidetracked by that lawsuit that was going on about that 20%. And
okay,
that's part of the deal that a lot of people probably hadn't been keeping up with, because when they report these stories about Warren Buffett becoming 100% owner of Pilot Travel Center, a lot of us forget that just in August they had built the first autonomous service truck stop in Villarica, Georgia, and that was reported. And then when you come around to the lawsuit with the owner of the Cleveland Browns, he's the one that his company. What was the name of his company?
the owner of the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, the owner of the Cleveland Browns that was suing Warren Buffett company at Berkshire Hathaway. I think it
I
was called Haslam, Jimmy Haslam.
well, I thought they were just their family.
No, Jimmy Haslam is the name of the guy who owns Cleveland Brown.
Right. Yeah, and
Right.
and
I'm
he just
looking
one of
here
the
to
family members because his brother Bill Haslam is the governor of Tennessee. So
who is.
Bill Haslam, he's
But
it.
then Jim, his brother, the one that owned the Cleveland Browns, then he used to be. Let me see here. Jimmy, see Jimmy. Oh, hold on a second. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, that's right. His brother, former
Mhm.
Tennessee governor. Yeah. So they just refer to them as the Haslam family
Right. That's
in
pretty
the
much it.
article. But
Yeah.
but see, uh, some people may not be clear on what that deal was, see what was going on. I thought the guy didn't want to sell the 20% at first. That's the way I had took it. But when I read up on it a little bit more today, doing a little research, I saw that it seemed like he wanted to sell it, but what was happening was he felt like Warren Buffett's company was devaluing the
Right.
the shares. So basically, to kind of break it down, what Warren Buffett was being accused of was devaluing the stock. So so that he can purchase it cheaper. And I'm
For a
pretty
whole lot
sure,
cheaper. Yeah.
right? I'm pretty sure he was doing something like, if the stock was worth $30 a share, for instance, whatever method he was using to devalue it, he probably devalued it down to $20 a share.
Hmm.
But when he came to buy the shares, he may have offered $23 a share. So he was
Hmm.
still winning if the stock was really still actually worth $30 a share. So that's
Right.
what it sounded like what he was doing to me. So that's what the lawsuit was about the 20%. The Haslam family just wanted uh, the price for the 20% at the value that it was supposed to have been at.
So
So mhm.
so let me ask you this. You might be a little bit more familiar with this or understand that. So when that family, the Haslam family, gives up or sells that 20%, does that mean that they no longer own Pilot, or do they receive any type of profits?
that
Being that,
that
yeah.
that has a lot to do with what's in the fine writing, and a lot of times they want uh like regular news clippings, they won't go into that detail. But
Mm,
but just on the face of it, he sold his 20%, he out of
okay. Okay. So
it. Yeah, he
they
sold his
no longer own
20%,
it
he
then.
out of it.
Yeah.
Huh?
So they no longer have any profits that they can
Well,
receive from the
yeah,
company,
no
I suppose.
association with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
they shouldn't have, what I'm saying, have any remaining association with it. But but as truckers, the thing that I feel like that we should be watching is that because we also got a summary about when Warren Buffett announced that he was back in driverless trucks.
Hmm.
Yeah, what is it? Kodak and Pilot open. No, that was when they opened up the first truck stop here. Let me go back to it up here. Yeah, in
Yeah. That you.
2022, he
Hmm.
announced that they was back in driverless trucks. I got a summary here. I'll read it real quick. It said Warren
Okay.
Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway. That's the name of the company that's involved with Pallet, that's owned by Warren Buffett. But anyway, Berkshire Hathaway made a rare investment in startup technology by having this pilot truck stop chain take a stake in self-driving truck company Kodiak Robotics on January 17th, 2023. Pilot and Kodak plan to open an autonomous truck port in Atlanta for service like fueling and maintenance of driverless trucks. Kodak is already testing trucks with safety drivers on highways and expect to remove drivers within a couple of years. Now, check this out. Because we're gonna post a link to these articles in our description. But Kodak is a company, a robotics company based out of Texas. What their plan is to have that autonomous truck stop built in Villa Rica, Georgia, because they also have a terminal near there, and they were going to run freight back and forth from Georgia to Texas with selfless driving trucks. This was
Right.
their whole plan for building the autonomous trucks. That's why I'm kind of concerned about this deal that Warren Buffett made, because he's involved with Kodak. So
Right.
I mean that could really put a hurt on the industry. And see, and this to me looks like, just with the example of that trucking travel center pilot in Villa Rica being built to service autonomous trucks, that just kind of give me an eerie feeling of what's to come, that they pushing it in trying to build this infrastructure for self-driving trucks. So This is something
Right.
to like really keep in mind. And even in this article, they said Kodak Robotics plan to expound this with pilots. So
Yeah.
now Warren Buffett
Hmm.
owns 100% of Pilot.
Right. And
You
so that
know,
that
so
gives them the
he's the
opportunity
only
to
vote that
really,
counts now.
right. It gives them the opportunity to really expand at the rate that he would like to expand.
Right.
Because it's showing that Kodiak, they have an 18,000 mile trucking network. So, like you said, that would make sense. You said from Georgia to Texas, right? They run it.
Georgia to Texas, all that cheap freight going across
Yeah.
there, they probably gonna
Yeah.
fold that up because see, if you think about it, that's straight across I-20,
Hmm.
I-10. You know, that's real easy for
That's straight driving.
autonomous truck.
Hmm. Yeah,
You
that's
know, that's
straight
almost
highway.
like kind of really riding out west.
That's like I know from like Atlanta to Dallas like 900 miles, 800 900 miles. So that's a full tank. They get fuel
Yeah,
in Georgia, and go straight to Dallas or some part of Eastern Texas or whatever without having to stop again to fill up.
right, right. And then see now they'll be testing these on the east side of the Mississippi River now. So it's going to give
Hmm.
them an opportunity to tweak this technology for this side of the country in more congested areas and stuff like that, man. So like I said, guys better really pay attention. I don't think this is a good deal for us as truck drivers. I mean, I
No,
really don't.
it's not. It's
Yeah,
not because
know,
because once they can show that they have a track record of safety,
right,
that they've been able to log so many thousands of miles,
right,
so many hundreds of hours of safe transportation of however many pounds of freight, for however many days or how many months they do it. Now
right.
those they can take those numbers and they can help take that into the courtrooms, into into the law, to the
FMCSA,
floors, yeah, to the floors of the
they'll have their
politics.
support.
Hmm. And now we got real data to go by. Hey, so we need
Yeah.
to push this, you
Yeah.
know.
I just think this could get real ugly, man. And I would say to anybody who viewing this, you got to stop looking at the small frame and look at the big picture. This ain't nothing like what we talking about. This is not going to go into effect, to the extreme we talking about right now. This may be 4 or 5, maybe 10 years down the road. But the point is, the process is getting started now. A lot of you out there didn't even think that it'll get to this point to where they would even be having autonomous trucks out here moving like that. Now they want to put them out there without even having a human in it. They want to get
Hmm.
rid of us altogether, just to be honest with you, when it comes to the
Right.
supply chain.
Hmm.
And it's, they had their reasons, you know what I mean? But it don't mean their reasons are justified.
Right. Yeah. They wanted to eventually get to the point to where once they can remove, because right now, we talked, did a show on Indiana and New York, making it, they're banning um, the use of driverless trucks without a human being present. So right now, every state, for the most part, that has a human, that's what they're going to require, that a human be present. Their goal is to be able to remove the human from the truck as a safety measure. And now they'll be able to operate 100% completely driverless. And that's more profits for them because, see, now you don't have a 11 and 14-hour rule. That truck can
Right.
run as long as they need it to run.
Well,
Don't
let me
have to
ask you a
have a
question.
10-hour
The
break.
Indiana and New York, I know you covered that story. Is that a ban that's in place or a ban they're trying to get in place?
Well, that's a ban that, from what I saw, they were trying to get in place. Right
So they're gonna have
now,
to have votes on it.
yeah, and
Okay.
because
Well, an article broke early this year, the beginning of the year, on autonomous. We were looking at that they plan on have this rolling full throttle without a human in it by the end of 2024.
okay,
You
yeah,
see,
uh huh,
so if it's something that's got to be voted on, shoot, man, a lot of them politicians could be bought, man. Warren
yeah,
Buffett, guys like Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, who is the other one? Bill Gates. You know, those guys, like their investments has a lot to do with the economy.
Hmm.
And when they make investments that have a lot to do with the economy, they're backed by the government.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So if they want that train rolling, they're showing that it's going to be rolling. Because I read in another article, and man, I wish I could find it. They were saying that they wasn't planning on, with their projection, they didn't think that they would have those trucks ready to roll without a human in it until 2030.
Right, 2030. I remember seeing that.
Yeah,
You
so they
know,
pushing this 6 years up. So
they are, because when the people of California, or the legislators in California.
you sound kind of low, like your mic went down.
Okay, what about now?
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Yeah. So when the legislators of California uh pretty much banned the use of driverless trucks without a human, their Governor Newsom, vetoed it. Because he feels like, hey, you know, what's the point?
Right.
They have their, and I guess that's something we could subscribe to, or I guess look into more. They have a company. They have an association, and that's the Autonomous Vehicle Industry Association. So they have their
Right.
own association that represents them, and so I'm pretty sure well, you may have to be an autonomous into the autonomous industry. I don't know if anybody can become a member, but I'm pretty sure that we can get a lot of information from that association.
Yeah, it's worth investigating. It really
Right.
is. But as far as us, we just want to bring awareness, man, because I see too many times where we get blindsided by a lot of things. Like news would report today, and something connected to it don't report to like months down the road, and they don't refer back to the old articles to show you the build up, or the what you call it, the connection
Yeah.
to it. So we're gonna leave the links to everything we talking about. We're gonna leave the links in the article, in the description, in the exact order as this happened from 2017 up until this point. So all you drivers who like reading, or logistic workers who like reading, this would be a good little a puzzle that you can put together yourself, that we're going to lay out for you, just with those links to all those different articles like Business Insider, Bloomberg. uh, yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of information, man. We on our Rachel Maddow type stuff,
Right.
man. We try and
Right.
put things together, because this stuff just ain't looking right to me. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
I saw guys on social media in the comments of some of these guys talking about it like they were celebrating. And I'm like, dude, I don't think y'all really looking at the big picture, man. This the same guy that I mean, shoot, I mean, just look at it. He was accused of devaluing the share.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
he
And
was
and I
accused of devaluing the share. So he gotta have an agenda to want it that bad.
hmm and I think that anybody who's a driver, or plan on being a driver for the next 5 years, this affects you.
Yeah,
And so this is something to look into, because you may feel like, okay, I'm okay for now, but
yeah.
if you don't really care nothing about the industry, then hey, oh well. But for the guys, this is what they love to do. They want to do this and retire. This affects you. You
Yeah.
know.
And by the way, I also want to add, this ain't just owner operators. It's company drivers too.
Hmm.
I mean, they I mean, I can see it now. I can see all those big companies that that we triumph. Talk about how great they are. They gonna have these autonomous trucks rolling, and next thing you know, you're gonna start seeing drivers peel off.
Yeah,
I mean, it's coming. I
it
mean,
is.
yeah, what I'm saying. We done sat out in the dugout too long. Now the game almost over.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah.
don't know, but yeah, but that's what. But guys, trucking family, that's what we want to report, man. Like I said, we always trying to keep you guys aware and bring the big picture of certain things to you. We believe in doing our investigation on things. Because we got a lot of love for this industry. This industry done did a lot for us and our family, and it just, yeah, I mean, it's sad to see it go down like this. And then, to be to for them to play us so stupid with information. They play us so to the left with information. It leave us at a pause too long. And by the
Yeah.
time we catch up to it, they are already locked in a room voting on this stuff.
Hmm.
And we got to just start connecting the dots ourselves. We can't keep waiting on media to tell us what's going on, because by the time they give it to us,
It's gonna be
damage
too late.
already done.
Right. Be too late.
Yeah. But that's our take for the day that we want to share with you. Remember, stay persistent, stay consistent, and always keep your eyes on the big picture. Much love. Stay safe out there, drivers.
All right. Take care, y'all.